Hey friends, it's Kimberly here with Specialty Care Management and Reiki and Coaching. Just a quick public service announcement today on a little bit about the value of being prepared. So once upon a time, many years ago, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had a huge ice storm in North Idaho. We call it the ice storm of 98. I think it was 1998. Anyway, it was crazy. So between you and me, it was a New Year's Eve. I was driving home from a New Year's Eve event and holy cow. So this had been after heavy snows and melting. So we had snow on top of ice on top of snow with melting ice. And it was so crazy. And back then I drove a little Geo Metro. Do you guys remember those, like tinfoil over a motorcycle? 56 miles a gallon. It was awesome. I digress. At any rate, I can remember driving home and it was like something you'd see on some crazy, like a Jeep commercial. I could hear the trees snapping all around me. I was afraid if I went too fast, I'd miss the trees in the road. And if I went too slow, a tree was going to fall on me. I kid you not. And there was no safe place. We have a lot of really tall trees in North Idaho. At any rate, it was a crazy night. I barely got home. Everybody packs chainsaws in their car. So luckily, I was able to saw a tree in the middle of the road I couldn't get past. At any rate, it was crazy. And after that, we were without power for like 30 days. I kid you not, it was crazy. And what that really taught me, we did well through that event. When you talk to people that are like, oh my gosh, how did you survive without electricity? North Idaho, we're pretty hardy folk. And I am a hick chick at heart. But what I learned was because we were prepared, we were fine. We had food stores. I didn't have to go out. We had a way to heat our home without electricity. We had access to water with water storage. And I would melt snow on the wood stove to make bath water. Some nights I would go to work. I was working a night shift back then and I'd pull pine needles out of my hair. Anyway, I digress. The moral of the story really is that when you're ready for things, they're never quite as bad as they could be otherwise. Now, we had flooding after that where we lived on a lake, very rural, and a lot of folks, we were just socked in for, I think it was like 2 weeks or so, 17 days, something like that. After that, we couldn't get out. They landed a helicopter in our front yard on this mountainside to extract people. We're like, no, we're fine. We had plenty of food. And so we were fine. But some people who weren't prepared weren't fine. And so here's the moral of the story. When you're ready and something happens as a surprise, it doesn't take your breath away. You're going to be okay. The times that emergencies or surprises really hurt is when you're not ready for them. And they can be devastating. They can totally change your life. They can totally change the structure and the viability of your business, right? That's how dialysis often presents itself. Most people don't think there's a problem. Most people say, well, I don't have any dialysis in my groups. It doesn't pop up very often, but check it out. More than 1 in 7 of us. So there's 37 million folks in the United States that have kidney disease. And 90% of us, even with really low kidney function, really low, like, hello, dialysis, that low, are not aware of it. They've never been told that they're at risk for kidney disease. They have no idea what their GFR is. And I could talk about that for a long time. And there's 1 in 3 of us who are at risk for kidney disease. That's crazy. And if you're African American, you're 4 times more likely than Caucasians to develop kidney disease. If you're Hispanic, you're 1.3 times more likely than non-Hispanics to develop kidney disease. And once you have kidney disease, it progresses insidiously and slowly. There's no wild alarm saying, hey, you're in trouble, until you're ready for dialysis and you need renal replacement. When your kidneys fail, you either have a transplant or you have dialysis or you die. So there's not a whole lot of options out there. That's why oftentimes we'll get a call, oh my gosh, I have a member go to dialysis and your house is on fire. It doesn't have to be that way. It truly doesn't. So one of the value offerings that we bring to the table is the fact that you can put our unique case rates, saving an average of 77.5% off of your paid claims there across our book of business, and with 100% retention since we've been doing this back in 2002. That's an incredible track record of success. The reason why we can boast those kind of results is the careful manner in which we implement. And you don't pay extra for the review that we do up front. We do that before we even talk about contracting. So we can make sure that we're mapping out a proper and a safe path for you to implement these kind of solutions with your groups. You can put them in place preemptively, like bubble wrap around your group, so that when the surprise hits, you're not going to be one of those folks that needs evacuation. You're covered. You've got that in place. That gives you time to go upstream, which is where you're going to find the real value. The one thing, I've been through several emergencies in my lifetime, which we could talk about because they're kind of fun. The older I get, the more fun they get to tell because of the wow I get from folks. But I'll tell you, really and truly, what all these different experiences have taught me is the value of preparation and not waiting. A lot of times we think we have time. We think we're going to fix and to get ready to think about, preparing for something, and then it hits. So if you've been thinking about, what are the needs of your group? How can you help preserve capital for your clients? That's how you're going to set yourself apart in the marketplace as a broker, advisor, or consultant. You're going to become invaluable to your clients. You'll tie them to you for life because they're going to feel like they're the most important person, which, wouldn't you agree? When I pick partners to work for me, I want to feel like I'm the most important person in their book of business. And that's what fosters trust that keeps me tied to those people. We would love to help you shine for your clients by helping you offer the most robust packages, or the most robust preventative kinds of upstream solutions that are really going to help protect your clients from emergencies. They always hit when you're not prepared. Don't wait. Prepare now so you don't get caught with your pants down. That's no fun. If you have questions about kidney disease, if you have questions about dialysis, or anything about specialty care management and the value offerings that we bring to the table, I'm happy to share, and hope you have a great day. Bye, friends.